Hi, my name is Joshua, and I'll be providing a tutorial that will show you how to obtain information from your LinkedIn profile and automatically create a website using this information. This will allow you to create a digital resume quickly and easily in order to use in your job search. The intention is to provide an additional method that you can add to your job search strategy. Although the majority of companies follow a more traditional method of reviewing resumes, this can sort of help you stand out from the others while also demonstrating a bit of technical aptitude. So, a bit about me: I'm a current information technology major with a focus on software development. I have a background in IT of 3 years and will be graduating this summer. I learned how to work with API and REST applications in a recent course of my curriculum and have started to work regularly with these technologies due to it being very easy and very useful. The following tutorial will be an example of such usefulness. So, what you would need in order to get this done is have a valid LinkedIn account. An important factor to consider is to have your LinkedIn profile up to date and complete in order to extract consistent information. You also need the ability to export data from your LinkedIn account. Anyone with a LinkedIn account has the capability of doing this by accessing the settings of their profile. With the LinkedIn account, you have the ability to export information such as your profile, articles, connections, recommendations received by known colleagues, etc. This is also known as an API, an application programming interface. And normally these APIs provide information in JSON format, which I will explain in more detail in the next slide. Finally, you will need a website that offers the capability of taking this data from LinkedIn and automatically converting it into a website. So on my previous slide, I mentioned some terms that might sound unfamiliar to you, such as APIs and JSON. And I want to briefly discuss these concepts because I understand that they can become a bit confusing. Indeed, they are. However, for the purpose of this tutorial, it will be very simple and you will have a conceptual understanding of it by the end of this video. The reason I'm mentioning this is to simply show a bit of what is going on and make sure that you know what you're dealing with. In this picture, you see a brief illustration of how client-to-server communication takes place. The key factors here to consider are the computer trying to access a website and the server that responds to this request and provides the website. When visiting a website, the text and information that pops up into your monitor are sent to your computer via the server. When entering a URL such as www.google.com, for example, your computer contacts this server and tells it that it's basically trying to access this website. The server sends back encoded information that can be interpreted by your browser to show your information and design. The requested website is presented to the user in an organized manner and a way that humans can interpret it. Of course, this is a very brief description. However, I will avoid going into too much details regarding this. If you're interested, I have included a link in the description of the video that better describes this process. In other cases, these servers can also send information in JSON format to browsers or to other programs. JSON is nothing but a file format, like a Word document, a text document. JSON contains human-readable text and is encoded in a way that can be sent over the public internet and have other programs use it. Its structure consists of mapping of key value pairs in order to process and perform some type of calculation with this information. Examples of key value pairs can be where the key is name and the value is a group of letters or characters that describe the name, or another example could be where the key is age and the value is a number describing this age. This allows programs to access data from other websites and perform calculations on that data. So here you can see an example of a JSON file format or structure. You can see what we previously discussed where you have the key value pair. In the first example, you have the key name, and to the right of that, you have the value, which is a string of characters, in this case, Christopher, which describes the value of the key name. You also have the key age, and you have number 29, which describes the value of age. You also have level, gender, status, and you can continue down to the page. You can continue as long as you'd like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the first step into actually extracting the data from your LinkedIn profile. For this, we have to go into our LinkedIn profile and access your settings. You can do that by clicking on the top right corner of your picture where it says me and clicking on settings and privacy. The next step would be to click on the option on the left-hand pane that says how LinkedIn uses your data. With that, you receive a number of options on the right-hand pane. You are going to select download your data, which is the second option. And here you'll see that you have two options. The first one will be the works, which basically provides all the information available in your LinkedIn profile. And the second would be pick and choose, which allows you to select individual panes of your LinkedIn profile. So in this case, I can select profile, messages, and connections, and only extract those three panes from your LinkedIn profile. After you've decided which option you're going to be choosing, you should click on a button here that should say request data. In my case, it says download archive because I already completed this step. But the normal procedure here would show a button with the name request data. Once you click on this button, you should receive an email from LinkedIn, which contains a link. Basically, this link is redirecting you back to that same page, only to show that the button changed and it now says download archive. So this is basically telling you that your information is available. All you have to do is download it from their website. By clicking this button here, you'll receive a pop-up and you save this information, which is compressed into a zip file. You just have to choose the desired file location. In this case, I'm going to save it onto my desktop. So this completes the first step. What we want to do now is convert this data into JSON format so that we can take that data in JSON format and import it into another website and have that website create our own website for us. So for this, there's multiple open source projects that can do this for you. I'm going to choose one from an engineer at Facebook. His name is Jose Perez. He has a blog where he discusses a lot of interesting topics about the software engineering field. He also has a tab here where he includes all of his open source projects, in which he has one that's called LinkedIn to JSON Resume. So you can go ahead and access his website. I'll provide this link in the description of the video. So you can scroll down to where it says LinkedIn to JSON Resume and click on the link that says website. This will take you directly to his website. After this, you can go and click on the button that says select the file, where you will search for the file that you have just downloaded from LinkedIn, which is a zip file. So you just click on this zip file, click OK. And what this website does is it transforms all this information that you collected from LinkedIn into JSON format. You can see the result below. So the box labeled result. You can see here sort of what we were discussing in the slides. You have this JSON information. So what you want to do now is grab this information and copy it. And now we have multiple websites that can perform this conversion from JSON data and actually create a website using this information. So for this example, I'm going to use VeloCV because. So here what we want to do is go ahead and register with your name, email, and create a password. I've already completed these steps, so I'm going to go ahead and log in with my email and password combination. After you've registered, you're going to be redirected here into the main um, dashboard. I already have this populated because I've already completed this before. However, you'll see here that in your share your VeloCV URL, you're going to be asked to enter a username. Once you do that and click save, this URL will be provided, which is the URL that you use to share and have other people look at your resume online via the web. So you just go ahead and enter your desired username and click on save. Next, on choose your graphic theme, you have a list of themes that are automatically available once you create this account. You can go ahead and choose whichever one you'd like and click on save. And here, for the purpose of the tutorial, let me just go ahead and delete the one I've done previously. And here we're going to select import JSON resume. Here's where you're going to go ahead and paste your JSON information that we've recovered from this website. As you can see here, the same information that's been pasted in. We're going to select English and continue. So what this website basically does is it parses that JSON information and extracts all the information, the key pair values that we discussed earlier. As you can see here, all the skills, my languages, profile description, and all of my profiles. Right here, actually, you can perform some modifications before you actually go to publicize your website. But for now, I like how it's looking, so I'm just going to keep it this way and go back to the dashboard. So now that I've imported my JSON information, I'm going to see this list here where under your CVs where it says English. I want to make this go online. I'm going to click this button here. And it's now online. And I can go ahead and preview this by clicking on the preview button or using the URL. And this is my current website containing all the information on my LinkedIn profile. And that's about it. Thank you very much.